And there we go. Microphone is on. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. And I see a whole bunch of people in here already. Wonderful to see. 25 of you so far. Hopefully we'll see a few more. I need to peak that out at about 60 or 70. Would be really, really good. So, hey, if you haven't done it before, share it out. Rattle the cages. Let them all out and join us. That will be lots of fun. Anyway, glad to have everyone on board. Gonna say hello to our wonderful people that do the moderating first, and I haven't seen any of them, but I'm sure they're around somewhere. Arizona Snowman and Piggy, C&D Boy, and likely Gary 24/7. He's at Skies in the background, as well as Lucas Snow and possibly Joseph Fields as well. So those are our wonderful moderators, and glad they are on board, or well, hopefully they are somewhere hiding in the background. And let's see. Boy, he's got such a long name. Perfectibility 999 was first one in today, and he gets the cookies. So there we go. Somebody different for a change, and that's awesome. That way Juliet doesn't get them all the time. And I think she's sleeping anyway right now because she's got to work or something, certain shifts. Anyway, welcome everyone. Glad to have you on board here. It is Friday, October 21st. And 2022, of course, here in Edmonton. I know we've already jumped over that international date line a little bit by taking a look over at Semeru, and we were looking at the action from earlier on in Semeru, and we'll pop it back there while I say hi to everyone and all that. And this is just after midnight is what we're seeing there. And that's kind of the single view, unfortunately, because we had to blow it up. It looks a little bit grainy and rough. If we do the 4 screenshot that they are displaying, that's what we're seeing. We can actually take that banner off of there now, so there we go. I think I'll leave it right there for right now. This was from earlier, though. This is not a current time, so just so you're aware of it. And well, current time, it looks not bad too, but it actually, I think it kind of got fogged out or clouded out. Anyway, I thought this was all right to start out with and have a little bit more of an insight into what's happening there. We do see some lava trails going down the hill, so very nice to see that in both those right-hand shots. The black and white as well as the color one, and very nice to see the wonderful glow. And Sarah Miles brought up that new emoji with the volcano, and hey, that almost works. We need a little bit more lava coming out though of Semeru. Anyway, that is pretty awesome, you guys. And let's get through it though, and say hello to everyone. Aloha to Kathy first off, and then we'll start out with Sarah Miles. We got Brian, Perfectibility 999. Sue Hayes is back. Welcome back, Sue. And whoa, somebody is throwing. Colin is throwing in a 5-pound. Wonderful, Colin. That is a good way to start the show. Thank you very kindly for that. 5-pound super chat for hey Doc, add this to the Pepsi fund. I certainly will, and thank you. Anyway, I'm going to carry on with pardon me, carry on with saying hi to everyone. So we got Dave Crook in the house, Henry Nelson is here, Christopher Terrig back. Welcome back. Glad to have you on board. Birdie Num also back in the channel. Yep, Netherlands here. Birdie Num is definitely back. Let's see, who else we got? We got Sue, got Brian, got Henry Nelson, and going up some more. Kevin Haynes also here. And let's scroll up and see who else we can find. Chris Chaplin, welcome back. Oz is in the house. Welcome, Oz. Glad to have you here. And so we've got, what, 3 continents covered already. And that's pretty cool. And going up a little bit more. Let's see who else we've got. We got Christopher. I got Oz going up. Looking for more names. And who else do we have? King Colin Deadman, welcome. And Dominic FFM, welcome back. Glad to have you on board. Going up a little bit more, looking for more wonderful names. And who else we got hiding in here? Tom Turtleson, haven't seen you for a little while? Welcome back. We also have Connie Tyree on board. Welcome, Connie. Going South is also here. And, you know, you can only go south for so long. And then you'll be going north again. Judy McClellan also here. Welcome, Judy. And OFU Lux from Luxembourg flew in just for the show. Excellent. And hopefully he beamed that cookie right up. And that'll be good. That's all the way to the top. Going back to the bottom here. Sophie, Sophie, welcome back. I'm glad to have you on board. And LOL Gemma Super Kitty, Dave and Claire, I'm assuming, welcome back. I'm glad to have you on board. And Tom Dice also in the house. Good to see you, Tom. And did I miss anyone else down on the bottom here? Arizona Snowman is there. I see you. Welcome. And who else have we got? I think we're good right now. And let's get back down. Oh, Piggy is also here. And let's see what we can do here. I gotta do this. And well, I give one of those, and then we got to get the right things on the screen here for her. There we go. There, Piggy. You get a hug and a cart and some crayons. So that'll work. And good to have you on board. Anyway, that is our big thing for today, is really looking at what we're seeing happening, or what we've seen happening earlier at Semeru. And I thought it was kind of a good way to start the show with a little bit of active bacon in the world. Really, most volcanoes are fairly quiet right now, with the exception of Semeru. And it's unfortunate, but hey, you know, we take what we can get. Of course, we have others that are somewhat active. You know, we'll take a look at Guatemala, of course, Fuego there, and a few of the other ones that are what we call semi-active. Stromboli has gone quiet, fairly quiet, and Etna is also fairly quiet. So those are ones that, you know, we wish some of them would erupt and give us a really good show. But so far, everything is kind of on the quiet side, if you will. So that's kind of what we're seeing today. Anyway, I thought, yeah, we'll start out with that. But let's go over to Iceland, where we normally start out. And we will take a look and see what we've got there. We'll pop back to the other one. I can turn off that canned lava and the banner for now. And where's my canned lava? There it is. And there we go. Oh, I can turn that little extra thing off too. Okay. Hopefully, our computer's revving up for some reason. Anyway, there is the city of Reykjavik, and it does look beautiful at night. And of course, this is being shot from the Perlin Center, where the rabbits roam. there in Iceland. And not bad looking, but if we go back earlier in the day, wasn't the greatest of days, but definitely not the worst one either there. So they had fairly pleasant views and stuff, and I think that was all right. I'm just popping back through the day a little bit, looking at it, and it isn't overly bad there. So that's one of the cameras. Let's take a look and see if we can get these other ones rolling here. Pop back a little ways. This, of course, is one of the other cameras on the Perlin Center as well. And this one is looking more north, and that is what we're seeing there in the north. And not so much snow on top of those mountains. I figured there would be a little bit more up there, but most of it has melted off. And that is interesting. Considering we had snow on these roofs here before, so kind of neat, but no, that's not snow, that's the color of the roof. I don't know why they wouldn't put a dark roof on there. They heat the building up a little bit. It's not that sunny there after all. Anyway, that is what we're seeing there. Let's go out and have a look at our other nice shot here. And this is, of course, out where Katla is, and you can see the ice cap in the background here, and some shadows of the clouds and stuff like that. But no steam, no smoke, nothing coming from Katla right now, so it's fairly quiet there. Where's there? Katla in Iceland. If that's what you're asking. And there. Hope that's what you were asking, Kathy. It's not tropical like Hawaii. They got snow caps here, and no palm trees. Notice no trees? Yeah, no trees at all in this area. So that's kind of what we've got. You know, you got rocks though, and that is pretty awesome. Anyway, that's what it looks like. So really quiet for the most part. Putting it back to live. There we go. And actually, I want to do that with the other ones as well, so we don't forget where they're at. And it is easier for me to find them because I know what their screen is supposed to look like. And that is kind of an overview there. Let's have a look at the harmonic tremor charts, and we'll take a look at see how that is going. And wow, Oz, 9-month member already for the Lava family, and you are most welcome, and thank you for renewing Oz. And anyway, looking at what we've got for today, we've got some decent sized spikes in here. That should indicate that there would have been some quakes in the area. At least that's what I would think. Anyway, lots of quakes. Unfortunately, downward trend. So not going to see any activity at Fregerdalfjall at all. And we'll take a look down at a couple of the other places. Grimsey, of course, is one of them that we look at, and Grimsey being at the other end of Iceland, its own little island. There we go. You can see on the chart, Grimsey had a couple little spikes there, so nothing overly major according to this, but that's what we were seeing there. If we slide down a little bit more, and here's Grindavik, and you can see what's going on there. We also had the two spikes that we had in Fregerdalfjall, and that is kind of an indicator that, hey, maybe this one was fairly close to both of them, and this one was a little further away. And Oz gifted 1 membership. Welcome. Thank you, Oz. Oz gifted 1 membership. We'll see who picks it up. And maybe just guys hang tight with the memberships till we see that there are a few more people in here that don't have memberships. And because lately it's been a lot of people getting refunds because it's not going to anyone because there's nobody there that is a member. And guys like Dave, LOL Gemma Super Kitty, make sure that you have your accept the gift thing on. And I think it's if you click on the little buttons there on the gift box, the three little buttons on the right hand side, there's a place there to turn it on somewhere. I think, I don't know, I've never done it. And how do I do that? I think you might have to take a look in YouTube and get an instructional video for that. But that would be a good idea, Dave. If people are gifting free memberships, it doesn't hurt to get a free membership for a month. That way you got access to the new emojis. Birdie Num was the one who got the one just now. So Birdie Num, congratulations on getting that membership. That was gifted by Oz. And thank you, Oz. And there you go. So that was cool. And there you go. That's how it works. And it's not me that picks it. It's YouTube. And that's how it works. Anyway, looking at what we see there, though, we see that same downward trend. But we do see the spikes there. So let's roll back up and have a look at... Oh, Sharon, I wish you wouldn't have done that. We don't have 10 people in here that aren't members. That's a lot, but thank you very kindly for that, Sharon. It's just I don't think there's that many in here that are not members right now. So I don't know how YouTube will end up dealing with it, but thank you very kindly for that. That's something to consider when you see just about everybody has got memberships. It's nice to throw them out there, but I don't know what YouTube does with them if there is no one there. They do lurkers as well. That's correct, Peggy, and absolutely right with that. But not necessarily that many lurkers right now. I don't know how many people's in the chat. 47 right now, and I think just about everybody is a member. So maybe consider that before you post those. Have a look at that and see what happens. And we do appreciate it, and it is awesome. It's just I don't want to, see you doing it, and then all of a sudden you end up getting a refund from YouTube, like what happened to me. And I did two of them, two singles and a 5-pack, and all of them were given back or refunded. So, and that happens within 24 hours. And it's just kind of like a little bit frustrating, but hey, it's one of those things. But we do appreciate the generosity. And that is definitely, very, very kind. And thank you, Sharon. And also, thank you, Oz. Really good. I might have a chance. Serotonin, welcome. And Leo was here as well. Welcome, Leo. I'm glad to have you on board. Yep, you, Serotonin, you may have a chance. Make sure that, again, your gift acceptance thing is turned on. And I'm not 100% sure where to turn it on in your particular device, but you can always go on to YouTube and put in how do I accept gifts into the YouTube search, and it'll bring up the some common videos there on how to do that. So pretty cool. And I'll check it out. Yep, good idea. And maybe take a look during the break or something like that and see what happens. And we can go from there. Anyway, so as we said, lots of spikes going on. Now this one, of course, was taller than the one we seen at Grindavik. It was the other way around. where this guy was a little bit taller. So we're going to have a look at the earthquake and see exactly what we've got there. I got to find my screen. Things got rearranged again today, unfortunately. So I'm hunting and pecking and looking, and let's get on to the earthquakes. And a little bit of confusion today as well. And half past our Pepsi timer, time X. That's in 15 minutes, Piggy. Anyway, I'm looking at this going, okay, I'm confused. What the heck have we got here? A 4.4, but that doesn't show up on the other map. And it says that came at 4:16 a.m. and it was at 5.2 kilometers down, 4.4 in magnitude, and in a really odd location. I'm not sure what to make of that, and that is kind of strange, odd, different, whatever you want to call it. And was answering a question. Oh, all right, Piggy. What question were you? Never mind. I'm kidding. I was going to say, what question were you answering? But that's okay. Pepsi break already? No. Birdie num. Every half hour, try to do that and get a little bit of a break. Otherwise, my voice goes. And I don't know where it goes, but it goes somewhere. Anyway, starting out in the north here, since we looked at that 4.4, throws a cookie at a whack. That hurt. Num, 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 cookie. Okay. Looking up, and first off, now I need a drink of Pepsi. That cookie was got caught in the throat. Much better. 137 quakes today in Iceland, according to this. I'm looking at the top of the map there. And, okay, all kinds of things opened up. But anyway, we're up in the northern end. There's Grimsey, the island. Hey, Jack2767, welcome back. And we do see a bunch more in that same areas that we've seen before. Some of them are... I don't think we got anything over a 2 here. 1.6, 11.4 kilometers down from 1706 for that guy. Let's start at the top here. 1.25, 10.063 kilometers down. 11:10 was the time on him. 1.9 and 10.5 kilometers down, 5:14 in the morning. Then we've got 1.98, 10.9 kilometers down from 1350, and there's probably a few more in here. 11 a.m. and 1.4, 9.9 kilometers down. Let's just check a few of these other ones. 9.4 kilometers down for this 1.4. Hey, there you go. Serotonin was gifted a membership, and that is one of Sharon Stewart's. Wonderful. Glad to see that. That is awesome. We'll see if others get them as well. So, really cool. And thank you again, Sharon, for doing that. That is awesome of you. We really do appreciate it. And anyway, we've got a 1.4, 9.9 kilometers down, and that was 1100 or 11 a.m. 1.02, 15.8 kilometers down, 1355 was the time on that guy. And, you know, kind of gives you an idea what's going on. Let's quickly check this one. And it is a 10 kilometers down at 1805. And then we've got a 0.3, and that is 5.2 kilometers down at 1052. And sliding over a little bit more. And we've got 1.27, 13.3 kilometers down, 5:56 a.m. And then we've got this one from 1617, 1.19, 12 kilometers down. and 1.41, 11 kilometers down, and 9:26 a.m. there. And here we go. Two in magnitude, 7 kilometers down. Nice round numbers, right? 21:18 was the time on him. 1.4, 3.5 kilometers down. 21:17 was the time on that. So pretty awesome to see those up there. Nothing right in the bay here. Today we do have this 0.84, 7.1 kilometers down, and that was from 650, and sliding down a little bit more. Asja, we have one little quake at Asja, and it is a 0.67, 1.8 kilometers down from 2:21 a.m. Then a couple small ones over on the other hill here, 4.1 kilometers down, 0.35, 5:30 in the morning. The other one was technically from, today, I was going to say yesterday, but that's the 21st here. So 22:09 was the time, 4.6 kilometers down. And site, icon above the chat. Icon above the chat. Oh, up in the top there's the 10 gifts, yeah. If you click on that, you'll see who gets them. Well, I don't think it'll show who gets them, but it shows that it is 10 gifts there. And if you click on it, I don't know if it has the thing in there to turn it on or not. Anyway, okay, there we go. I gotta get my screen going in the right direction here again. When I start clicking other places, things disappear on me. Zooming in here to our Grimsvatn. That's the one I wanted. And of course, 0.4, just a little ways out. 2100, 4.5 kilometers down. Then we've got a 1.22, 7.5 kilometers down, 47 minutes after midnight. We have this 0.91, 3 kilometers down for him. 3:20 is the time on that. Then we have a 0.86, and that is 135 meters down from a 937. So I don't know if we're going to see any eruptions happening there right away or not. We do have a few more around Katla, some very small quakes, so very small considering. 1.28, that's the biggest one, 135 meters down, 8:16 this morning. Then we have a 0.2, 1.1 kilometers down from 1634. We have a 0.1, and that is 5.2 kilometers down from 1439, and this 0.08 down here, 0.334 or 334 meters down, 1432 was the time on it. And then we slide over a little bit more to the west. We see a magnitude 1, 5.2 kilometers down from 10:01 a.m. And then we also have a 1.5 over there, 10 kilometers down, and that was at 12:44. And let's see, we go here, 1.3, 5.6 clicks down, 20:43 for him. And moving out towards Hekla, we have a small one out there. That one is a 0.24, 10.3 kilometers down, 1450. I don't think we got this guy here, 1.57, 135 meters down, very shallow, these quakes, 1:07 a.m. and 5 minutes till noodle time. Yeah, okay. 1.05, 6.5 kilometers down, 9:11 was the time on it, and at 9:10, 1 minute before, was a 1.02, 7.7 kilometers down. sliding over a little bit more just so we see where we are. There's Reykjavik. This is out a little bit in no man's land, and that is a 1 in magnitude, 5.8 kilometers down, 1107. And then we've got a 1.16 and 9.5 kilometers down, and that is 2:28 is the time on that guy. And then this one, 4.4 kilometers down from 1939. That date seems to show up quite a bit. 1939, that must have been an interesting year. World War II or something, I don't know. Anyway, 0.69, 8.1 kilometers down from 239. And let's take a look at what's going on here on our Reykjanes Peninsula. Of course, this is the city of Reykjavik, and just to kind of give you the bearings there, Reykjavik there, here's the airport, international airport, Keflavik Airport, and Keflavik, Yardvik, Reykjanesbær, and that kind of area. Then we zoom in a little bit further over here, the Blue Lagoon and the power plant and a hotel over there. We'll take a look at those in a few minutes here, but let's go back over here and take a quick peek at these ones and kind of wonder about some of this. 0.34, 8.7 kilometers down, 3:55 in the morning. The bigger one here, 2.97, and that could have been the one that we seen on one of the spikes there, 4.7 kilometers down, and that is at 10:23. Then he had some friends, 107, 1.07, and that is 2.3 kilometers down, 10:15. This other guy, 0.97, 5.3 kilometers down from 14:31. 0.54, 2.6 kilometers down from 10:29, and then we have 10:39 for this guy, 0.41. 9.5 kilometers down. And then we also have a 0.52, 8.2 kilometers down, 11:06 a.m. And at 10:21 we had another 0.6, and that was 11.7 kilometers down. And let's slide over a little bit and take a look at the Krusavik area, which Krusavik volcano right there. And we'll see what's on the edge of the lake here, 0.68, possibly in the hot springs, and 4.9 kilometers down for that, 54 minutes after midnight for him. This one is a 1.05, 5.6 kilometers down from 11:03, and sliding down a little bit more here, 0.42, 4.6 kilometers down, and that is at 15:18. This 0.38, 3.4 kilometers down from 2:29 a.m. Moving over a little bit more, it is 0.59, 7.4 kilometers down, 2:30 in the morning, and sliding a little bit further over, 0.42, 4.8 kilometers down, 4 minutes after midnight. A very small one on the edge of our area, of course. This is, of course, where Ragnar lives. That's what they call Fragedalfjall now. This is our Siggy Fisher, the one that we're looking at the canned lava from. And anyway, that's this area. 0.18, 2.59 or 2.6 kilometers down, 9:47 a.m. for him. And then this is a 0.51, 4.5 kilometers down, 9:23 a.m. for him. We don't see anything else up here by Kalir, and that area where he usually comes in shallow. We did check him earlier, so interesting, but nothing really major. And here, this is pretty close to Siggy's house, which would be over there. And this is a 1.6 and 5.9 kilometers down from 1648 for that guy. So the ones here right in Grindavik, we've got a 1.11, 4.5 kilometers down at 13:58. So just about 2 p.m. their time, and at 2:04 p.m. Their time, they had this 0.71, 4.3 kilometers down, right underneath the town of Grindavik. And 1 minute to mini Kraken rampage. All right. So we know that we did Grindavik. We'll catch the other ones here after the break, and there are a few to go through yet. So we'll definitely have a look at these extra ones that are recurring out here now. And it is a time for me to take that break, you guys. So for all those good people here, if you have not hit that like button yet, please do consider doing that. That would really, really be awesome. And of course, we're shooting to get at least 100 there. And then also, if you're new and you have not yet, you only have to deal with a pop it after tomorrow. Oh, wow. Are they heading out? That is pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, for those good people here, if you haven't yet subscribed, do consider subscribing if you feel we've earned it. And on those friendly notes, I just want to remind everyone, please, if you're new or you haven't been a member yet or anything like that, make sure your gift membership stuff is turned on, because we've had some very generous gift packages thrown out there. Sharon Stewart, of course, gifted a 10 membership gift, and we really appreciate that, Sharon Stewart. It's just if you're in here and you don't have it turned on, you might want to figure out how to turn it on and go from there. And on that friendly note, though, it is time for me to go take that break. Otherwise, I'm going to blow my voice out, and we don't want that to happen. So don't go away, you guys. I'm going to throw you back onto the canned lava, and we'll see what we can do to get that back on the screen. Actually, hang on. No, I'll put you on the canned lava. We'll take a look at Samaru when we get around to it. That is going to happen in a little while here. So canned lava, turn on the canned lava. There, canned lava, and on. There we go. And get some music on for you too. And there we go. Click the magic button, so we should be all good. Don't go away, you guys. Lots more show to come. Keep smiling. Play nice in the lava. And please make sure that you've got your membership thing turned on. That would, or gift accepting turned on. And because Sharon Stewart was very kind and threw in a 10-pack there, so hopefully there's a bunch up for grabs, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, keep smiling. I'll be back soon. Thanks. And that microphone is on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you all on board. And thank you for the welcome backs from Old Mummy of Hamsters saying welcome back, Uncle Doc. And Sue Hayes says welcome back. And welcome back, Seed Keeper Dr. Fox. Thanks, Biggie. And Leo and Colin, thank you. And Kevin Haynes and Henry Nelson saying 5x5. And welcome back from Scott and Serotonin. And that is awesome. Thank you. And it's LOL Gemma Kitty, or Gemma the Super Kitty too. Thanks. And Dave Crook as well. Okay, and DJ Puff the Third is also in here, and welcome, and good to have everyone here. So, hey, let's go over and we'll take a look and continue on with our stuff that we were looking at the Reykjanes Peninsula. Of course, we've already looked at the other ones over here, the 2.97. Oh, how come that one's not coming up? There we go. And that was a fair-sized one, but it really didn't affect anything, at least not that we can see. So anyway, zooming back in, we got the ones in Grindavik. Let's take a look at what we see just right around the Blue Lagoon. There's that Blue Lagoon, the power plant. This one almost on the highway, 0.43, very small, 2.7 kilometers down from 659. Then we also have this 0.2, 3.9 kilometers down from 843 this morning. Zooming out a little bit, looking for the other ones here. Very small quakes in this area. 0.31, 4.3 kilometers down, and that is at 4:24 in the morning. This one 9:58 this morning at 2.7, 3.4 kilometers down, and then we've got this one 3.7 or 0.37, sorry, 5.4 kilometers down at 3:42 a.m. Then this 0.73 from 2.9 kilometers down, just about 3 kilometers down, and that was 4:17 in the morning. And looking at what else we've got going on here. Not going to worry about these so much. A little bit of a cluster right here, and I'm wondering if we're going to see something happening there, because that's a lot of little quakes all of a sudden in one area. 1.666 kilometers down for that guy from 3:50 a.m. Looking at some of these other ones, 0.5, 6.2 clicks down, 3:30 in the morning. This guy is 45 minutes after midnight, 0.82, and 6.4 kilometers down, 5.7 kilometers down for this 0.29 from 320. You know, just as samples, the bigger one here, 2.08, 6.6 kilometers down, and that is at 2:45 this morning. And let's see, let's grab another one over here. 1.446 kilometers down, and that is 3:46. So most of that activity happened in the morning around the same time, and kind of makes you wonder. And let's look at that. What one end of the big dike underneath Ragnar or Siggy, actually. Because Ragnar is really its own area, so if we have this sitting here, kind of going out to about here, just about Kalir, and coming back, that would be we're not sure how far it actually goes out into the ocean portion, but the Ragnar, or sorry, the Fagradalfjall system is somewhat of a I won't call it an oval, but definitely in this area, and it is its own independent system, and it really has not too much to do with the other ones. So that is always interesting. There was a big east-west zone before. Well, we do have a okay, I'm not sure what you mean by that, but anyway, I'm going to keep going here. We'll figure it out, Henry, and don't worry. 1.15, 5.1 kilometers down, 1609 was the time on that one. Then we had a lot of really small ones in the area here as well, 0.89 and 5.2 clicks down, 945 for him. Then this 945, 1.04, 5.5 kilometers down for that guy. Checking this 0.61, 5.3 kilometers down from 1113. And that's kind of what we see there. But when we go out and we go back into that area where we had all those other quakes before, so that is kind of going on a diagonal here, and I'm wondering exactly what's causing that. There's the magic 10.005 number again, 2.12 for that guy from 8:45 this morning. Then we've got a 2.32 from 4.9 kilometers down, 12:59 or just about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Here's that other one, magic number again, 10.005, 1.2 kilometers. Let's try that again. 2.12 kilometers down. Got it that time. 8:45. I think I might have said that. Or is that the same as the other one? 2.21 and magic number again, 9:14 a.m. for that guy. So, yeah, kind of weird to see those. And yeah, the one is a 2.3, 12 kilometers down from 9:03. Now we got them all, I think. Yep, we do. 15 kilometers down on that guy. So, kind of makes me wonder. This definitely looks like tectonic action out here rather than being some lava movement. I'm still very confused why this 4.4 is on here. It's not on the other maps. If we we'll go there on the other map and just show you. And we can see this one here. They actually gave this one a 3 rating, which is a little bit higher than the other guys. And kind of makes me go, all right, well, how come is it a 3 on this map and only a 2.94 on the other map? And anyway, that's kind of what we've got. So a little discrepancy there. 4.7 kilometers down, 4:32 in the morning. At least I got the time correct. Or sorry, 4:23, my bad. And then that had the other ones beside it, the 1.0s. 8:31 a.m. for that guy, and then the other one was a 1.1, and that was 4:15. So kind of makes you wonder what the heck is going on there. But for the most part, yeah, you see those other quakes out there. Not bad. We're not seeing any action here yet, and that is kind of a disappointment, but hang in there. We may see something happening. And what I was referring to when we had all that activity here, and of course we had a big movement in most of the plate area, I think, and then of course we ended up with more up here again. And I'm thinking that it might be making some space once again for us to possibly see an eruption in a month or something, depending on how much more tectonic activity we're seeing, right? If it pulls apart enough, allows enough of lava or magma intrusion, then we could definitely see a future eruption within a month or two. And that would actually be kind of nice. By the way, there's a bunny eating for whoever needs to know, and it is curly. So that is all good. And let's move on and take a look at other places around the world real quick. I just want to check on what it actually looks like at Semeru right now. And I got to get all the way over. Anyway, that's not live. Let's put it on live. That is live at Semeru right now. And of course what we were looking at was a few hours back, This is 3.5 hours ago on their stream, and of course it was actually a very nice looking volcano, and I do like that, and that is some real volcano stuff. That was 1:38 a.m. their time roughly, and pretty cool looking, and we definitely see something. So very, very nice to actually have that, and without so much cloud around it. But of course, the clouds did come in and ruin the view, unfortunately. So we don't get a daytime view right now. And it's pretty cool, though. I like it. I like it. It is bacon, and very nice ones at that. Nice bacon. Okay, moving on. Let's get over to the Azores. Not that much happening in the Azores for those good people who are here. Of course, we are on the island of St. George, and that is one of the harbors there, and the small town, just so you have a better idea what it looks like. This is a daytime picture of that same area, just not the same day, okay? And that's kind of what it is now. This, of course, is the Cove area. That's the next one that we're going to. And what we look for is how much whitewater we see in that Cove area. And that is a good indicator how rough that sea really is. And let's get over there and take a look. And you do see some of the whitewater down on the bottom here as the screen updates, and they only update, I think, once every 2 or 3 seconds, so we don't get a full flow of data, but at least we still get the gist of what's going on. And it doesn't look as bad as what it was yesterday, but still not that calm, if you ask me. And looking at our map, we will take a look and see what we've got on that good map. We're going to make that a little bit bigger. There we go. And of course, there is the island of St. George, or if you want to say it in Portuguese, São Jorge. São Jorge. And there you go. That is Pico Island, or sorry, St. George. This is Pico Island, Fayal Island, and Terceira over here where the other volcano is. And of course, it matters because we're going to go over there on the other map right away. 1.6 and 35 minutes after midnight their time. That's all we see on the list there for the 21st. So very quiet in St. George. And let's go to the other map. I am going to refresh that just to make sure that we didn't miss anything. And we'll make that map a little bit bigger. There we go. And zooming in a little bit, and there you can see Terceira. There's, of course, St. George, Pico Island, Fayal Island. And let's zoom in here a little bit, and we are seeing 2 there on St. George, 1.5. And that is 1.6 23 hours ago. The other one was 22 hours ago. I think the 1.6 is off the list, and we don't see any others. And of course, here's Pico Island, and you can clearly see a Pico volcano. This one here is right in the water. It wasn't in on the island, just offshore 15 hours ago on 2.2 in magnitude according to this map. And we'll take a quick peek at the depths. And of course, this one 20 kilometers down for that 2.2, and the other ones were surface quakes. And that's what we've got there. So nothing really major going on in the Azores. And let's pop over to let's go to Mexico, and a click of a button. I love going around the world really quickly, right? And oh, hang on, they got a better view of Merapi. Let's go to Merapi for a minute. Merapi is happy. Merapi is throwing stuff out. Come on, throw stuff out, Merapi. That's probably one of the best shots of Merapi that I've seen yet. So definitely you can see what's going on up top. Well, kinda. That is a very peaked volcano with a lot of sharp edges up on the caldera up top there, and a lot of breakage and stuff like that. Merapi, throw the toys out. Yeah, sure. Throw the toys out. I want to see lava. I want to see bacon, and that would really be awesome if it did. Um, I was going to say good view. Yep, and I will say good view. And this is actually pretty darn nice to be able to see that. Okay, let's go back over to Popocatépetl. There's Mexico. Well, I get that off the list real quick, and I gotta find it. Where is Mexico? Somebody stole my volcano. There it is. It's the one with the clouds. And let's go back a little bit and see what we had. So obviously, about 48 minutes ago, that's what we were seeing. But fear not, that's not what it was like all day. There were intermittent times where we could see things, and it wasn't actually that bad. This is about 8 hours ago, roughly, and that's what it was looking like. One of the things I notice is the clouds are moving the opposite direction here today, which is really kind of weird. And let's go back. This is about 10 hours ago, and that was 9:25 a.m. You do see the snow on here. Not very heavy, but it is there, and it looks like the snow may have been covered by some ash. Very interesting, and let's see if we can actually even see any activity coming from it. And about 11 hours ago, we did see a little bit of a plume coming out, almost the golden time, 7:29 a.m. for that. So, and prior to that, it was, of course, nighttime shots, and I'm just trying to see if we can find one that had something coming out. We see a little bit coming out, but nothing major, when we look at that. Beautiful stars in the background, by the way, and always nice to see it. And hang on, I think I might have found one spot here, right around here, 12 and a half hours ago. Yeah, a lot of extra cloud in there, so very, very difficult to actually see what was going on there. But they are allowing us to go back 13 hours in this one today, so that is not too bad. Right about here, it was a little bit better. There we can see the glow of lava lighting up some of that smoke that's coming out. So thank you for the 4-minute warning, Peggy. We'll put that back on live though, and that is what it is doing live right now. We do see a fairly heavy plume going up into the atmosphere, and definitely some dark, yucky pyroclastic materials, likely tephra of sorts, with ash and a few other things in there. And you don't want to breathe any of that. Other shots, there's the other view, and that happens though, the clouds happen to be just around it. You can actually see what it looks like, and that's kind of awesome as well. And let's carry on, and one more quick one here before the break. And of course, the one we all love, and we know which one that is. It's Fuego, and that is in Guatemala. And of course, it was throwing out a few little spurts here and there, like right there. As I'm advancing it 5 seconds at a time, you can see multiple little puffs coming out. Prior to that, we did have volcano gray for color for a long time. So this is actually just peeking out now. And I'm trying to get back to one that we did see earlier, and that would have been right around here this morning. And that would be at 7:33 a.m. We did see that plume come out. It looked not bad. And then prior to that, we had lenticular cloud buildup along the top of the volcano. I thought that was kind of neat. But when we go back, and I don't think we can go back all the way. Oh, we do still catch it. And there we go. Oh, darn it. What's it doing? Okay. Clouds getting in the way. I hate clouds. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, that gives you a pretty good idea of what it was looking like at just about 6 a.m. as the sun was rising. So pretty cool, pretty awesome, and we like that. It is a time for Pepsi, you guys. So hang in there, and what I'm going to do is put you back onto the lovely canned lava, and we'll fire that back up and let that run. And for all those good people who are here, please, if you are enjoying the show and have not yet hit that like button, think about hitting it, and that would really be awesome. We are targeting at least 100 likes, would be really nice. Also, if you're new and sitting on the sidelines, you want to jump in there and chat with the good folks that are in here. We do have a bunch of really, really good people in here. So the Big Happy Lava family, and you are welcome to join. And don't be afraid. They don't bite much. A couple of them bite, but you might get snout bopped or something. Nothing major. Anyway, for that, it is a time for me, your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Time for me to take a break, and I will be back in about 5 minutes. And please think about what's going to happen when we come back from the break. We're going to have bacon seeds. Gotta love bacon seeds. I'm still trying to figure out an emoji for bacon seeds. I don't know what to do. Anyway, if you got ideas for an emoji for bacon seeds, let me know. And I'll be back, you guys. Keep smiling and don't go away. Thanks. And the microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone, and glad to have you all here. I see Yvonne Kunkel made it in. She got up and is probably sipping a coffee right now, and all awesome. Thank you for the welcome backs from Jack2767 and from Sue and Leo and Henry says, bacon seed time, you bet. Sharon Stewart says, I hear you, DrFox2000. Thanks, Sharon. And Piggy says, welcome back. Oh, Dr. Fox, we love you. Love ya. Okay, excellent. And, all right, canned lava, we don't need that. We're going to go over and look at bacon seeds. Nope, lying in bed, don't have to be up early today. Oh, lucky you, Yvonne. There you go. And thank you for joining us. And just in time for bacon seeds. That was the last one from yesterday, I do believe. And we are going to carry on with the new ones for today. And I kind of had to mix some up there, but it's all good. And anyway, shh, quiet, he's sleeping. A sleeping little piggy, and always nice to see them really having a good nap there. Hey, Grandma B is here as well. Good to have you on board, Grandma B. And yep, fluffy seeds. Fluffy seed, definitely a nice little fuzzy guy. And he looks like he's enjoying his nap. And that's just cuddled up right beside Yvonne, right? Anyway, there you go. And here's another little spotted bacon seed. A very, very little guy. Tiny little piggy. And that is awesome. I love seeing those little guys. Really cute looking at him, smile on his face and everything. And pretty awesome. Yep, home now. Just emptied Pepper's dry food into the bin. She is playing with the empty bag. The empty bag is always more fun for the kids. Anyway, Storm Chaser 1211 made it in as well. Good to see you. Welcome. Anyway, next bacon seed. Is this little one, and again, smiling. Gotta love those smiles on these little guys. Really hamming it up for the camera, so I'm very, very pretty. And next one on our list is this one. That's a handful, you bet. Definitely. And here's another little wondrous little bacon seed, and that one's got a bow on it. And I don't think he or she is too happy with that bow. That is not a real smile. That is just kind of, I have to stand here and take pictures. Oh, darn. Okay, but cute nonetheless, and we like it. And the next one is this guy. And he's looking right into the camera. And of course, he's got those long eyelashes. Very, very interesting to see that. And let's see if we have our last bacon seed for the day looks like. And that is this little fella. And a spotted little guy out by the fence and doing his thing. Definitely, bacon seed does not look malnourished or anything like that. Happy little pig, nice looking little guy. And now we'll take a look at a snout is made for bops. Yep. Next one is, of course, we're going to look at some of the wonderful carvings that Piggy has sent to me as well. And again, I've mixed some of these up. So let's get rid of that. Actually, these aren't carvings, I don't think. These are just artwork with pumpkins, where they spray painted the pumpkins on different colors. And I see a fox, a raccoon, and I'm not sure what that blue guy is. Is that an owl, perhaps, or a bird of some sort? I'm not sure. I think it's an owl. the blue one. But yep, it looks pretty cool to see those little guys there. And awesome job. It's one fish. Oh, is that what that is? That's a one fish? Okay, one fish is the blue guy. All right, there you go, Henry. You got it. I'll believe that. I was thinking an owl, but we'll call it one fish. And anyway, there we go. We know where that little bunny is hopping to, and he's boogieing, and that is really cool. Oh, it's OFU Lux? Oh, okay. I don't know about that, but we'll see. Anyway, next one is a horse of a different color, and that is a pumpkin horse. That is some pretty awesome artwork, if you ask me, you guys. And that is really quite amazing when you look at the art that goes into some of these. And the next one is a hungry pumpkin. Kids, don't look at this. Do not look at this. This is really bad. It's a bad scene. You don't want to look. Apparently, somebody has found the evil pumpkin and is no longer with us. I'm sure that leg will be gone soon too. Human seed. Yeah. Yeah. Evil, and it is actually cute to see that. The people who made this one up, yeah, Halloween feeder, definitely worthy of getting an award for that one. That is pretty cool. I like it. Originality, really, when you get right down to it. Very, very awesome. Okay, and the last one of these is this one, and that is compliments to the Canadians, because that is a wonderful maple leaf right in the middle there, and then it looks like some oak leaves on there as well. Beautiful, beautiful carving, and I'm just absolutely amazed how these people are able to do these, without messing up. I'd need like 50 pumpkins to try to come up with something like that, and then I guarantee you mine would not look anywhere near as good as that does. And that is really, really quite awesome and wonderful. So thank you very much, Piggy, for sending all of those in. Those were all from Piggy, and she's done an awesome job again. So a big pat on the back. And a big hug for Piggy for doing that, and awesome job. Thank you very kindly, Piggy. And let's carry on to our volcanoes, and we will take a look back at Merapi. And Merapi, of course, having that close-up view, really nice to be able to see that clear for a change. And up close, and we do like that. Unfortunately, we're not seeing any lava though. I wish we could see it like this with lava rolling out. That would really be nice. That would be a benefit. And I know we can probably see Mount Ruapehu today too. And let's get over there to New Zealand, and there it is. That is Mount Ruapehu in New Zealand. Some fresh snow up top. The ski areas I don't believe are open anymore because they are down here a little bit further. So that snow line has gone up a bit, but very, very awesome to see that. Even when we go back, it was clear skies there for today, which is really, really nice for them, because they've been getting blasted by a lot of rain the last little while. So that's 2 hours, 20 minutes ago. And if we get into right where they changed it, right about there, this is about 4 hours ago almost, and that is what it looked like. So a really, really nice view of Ruapehu, but we are not seeing anything come out of it as far as that caldera is concerned. For those who are not familiar with this, this is the caldera up top on Mount Ruapehu. Just so you kind of get the idea of what's actually up there. There is a lake, and when that lake starts steaming, you know things are going to start happening. So that's kind of that shot that you kind of want to be looking for to see it bubbling out, and would be really cool and awesome to see that. Anyway, let's get back to things here. Next one, of course, was our wonderful friend Semaru, and we do like Semaru. Let's get over there and find the right page. And of course, this is still back a little ways in time. This is 2:10 a.m. And there you can definitely see that it was quite active today. You can see the trail, bacon trail coming down, and bacon bits, if you will, coming down the hill. So pretty awesome to see that. And the longer distance shot here actually looks fairly clean as well. And we get to see it close up there. If we go back to present time, I think it is in clouds, so that's not going to do us much good. Well, a little bit in clouds. We do see a little bit there, but not as much. One of the things I wanted to point out here is the water level has gone way, way down in the little creek here, so not so much rain the last little while, and these guys are able to drive through that a spillway from, of course, that is basically created by flooding from up on the mountain, as well as the occasional lahar that rolls down the hill as well. So that's kind of what that scene is about. This is just a different shot of it on a slightly different angle or a different area. Not sure how that layout is. I don't have a map of that area, so I don't know. Anyway, I did check to see if they had Krakatoa working, and as far as the cameras, I'm going to refresh that just right now to see and double check, and nope, nothing. So we don't see Krakatoa today, but let's go over to Japan and see the continued action from our wonderful Sakurajima. And it, of course, is continuing on to do its thing. We see the pluming that's coming out of it, and that has been going on pretty much all morning for them. 8:41, this is about 45 minutes ago, roughly. It was doing exactly that. We go back about an hour and a half, and that is what it was like then, looking pretty good. And we get into the golden time here, just at sunrise. We do see it was continuing to work its thing as well. Hey, Joseph Field Official is here. Welcome, Joseph. I'm glad to have you on board. And let's see, during the night, we didn't have that same glow that we had last night, so I was kind of disappointed. I thought, yeah, we would see a little bit more, but you do see a little bit of a glow in here. Not a heck of a lot. That's about 7 hours and 20 minutes ago, and that's what we were seeing. I don't know why my screen is flickering, and that's weird. But when we go back about 9 hours ago, we don't see that. Oh, we do see a little bit in here. So there has to be some lava / magma down in that caldera in order to light that up. So if it pops again, that would really, really be nice, and we can take a look and see what it does. But I'm going to put that one back on live. Let's take a quick look and see if our ice cream boat is there. No, not quite. It's just getting there. There's your ice cream boat, and hopefully that'll work out. And of course, you can get your wonderful ice cream and that is important, you know. They're ice creams for everyone. And I like emojis. Okay, cool. Inbound, yep. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. And that is pretty cool. So, there you go. That's what's happening there. We'll take a look and see if the you're most welcome there, Sharon Stewart. And anyway, a boat coming in for docking. We'll be able to, if you head down now, you should be there at the same time once they set up. It'll be all cool. Close-up shot of the crater there at Sakurajima, and that is what we were seeing. If we go back a little bit in time, roughly an hour, I guess, about there, you can see in that shot a little bit more brownish material coming off of this side. So we are seeing some extra ash and whatever else is in that cloud in comparison to these nice white fluffy ones over here, which are primarily gas. So definitely some extra dirty stuff in there. Don't breathe that, okay? So that is what you want to watch out for. Anyway, looking pretty good, and we'll put that one back onto live. Actually, we'll back that up a little bit and see if there's anything else that happened here during the daylight. It looks really cool during the day when it's nice and clear and it's blowing the other way. And you know, there you can see how white that stuff is coming out of there. Really not as much of the dirty ash material and stuff like that in within that pluming. Some of this is shading, but you can see the color of the shade is kind of instead of gray, it's kind of orangey, and that is an indicator that there's other material in here that the sun is kind of going through. So interesting nonetheless. And that is back to present, and there you go. So pretty cool. Let's go over to ASO, and there is ASO-san. ASO-san, are you? No, let's see if we can get ASO-san a little bit clearer. Hang on. Okay, it doesn't want to work for me. All right, something going on. Did my browser quit, or did my computer lock up? No, my mouse is still movable. It must be the thing itself. Okay, 720. Oh boy. Slowness. I don't know why. Maybe there's something wrong with that feed. Anyway, you can see the steam pluming out of that caldera, and that is pretty awesome to see. And it was doing that early as well. There you go. That is about 2.5 hours ago, and any earlier than that, it would be a nighttime there, of course. Let's see. Yeah, we can just barely see it there. So that is kind of what we're looking at there at ASO. It's a quiet one right now, and let's see. Yep, ice cream boat is docking right now. They spun around and they're backing in. So get down there, get your ice cream. You're still alive on my screen. Thanks, Sharon Stewart. And what? Shaking at my place? I don't know. It better not be an earthquake here. Oz, we don't typically have earthquakes in Edmonton. At least I hope not. Okay, what about the older rescue dog? Instant piggy. Oh, they're talking about dogs. Okay. Anyway, what's our next place that we want to go to? I think a Taal. Let's have a look at Taal. Doc, no, over there. Oh, over there at ASO, possibly. Could be. I don't know. We'll take a look on the volcano map soon. Anyway, that is Taal. Let me get on that screen so we can make sure that's moving and all that. Yep, it is definitely kicking the clock forward there. But hang on, that's not right. This looks like it's not live for some reason. It's got a time on it here. Let me check something and see if that is actually accurate. Okay, come on, reload. And okay, there, that is current. That's a little better. And I think we're better with that view. Definitely a lot more steam coming off of that thing. And of course you can see in multiple places where it is pretty much hot in that entire lake that is inside that caldera. So lots of steam coming off and going up into the atmosphere in addition to SO2. And that is pretty cool looking. We like it. And it is a time for the break though, you guys. So let me go take a break, and I will be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. Please don't go away, and I will put you on. Actually, I can leave you right here if you don't mind, and we will do that. We'll throw some music on for you. For those good people who have not yet hit that like button, please do help us out and hit that like button if you haven't done so. And also, if you're sitting on the sidelines and you're new and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, by all means give that subscribe button a quick bop, turn it from red to gray, and don't forget to hit the bell notification while you're there. On that friendly note, I'm going to go take a break. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Don't go away, and welcome, little Cookster Littlefield. I'm glad to have you on board. I'll be back, you guys. Thanks. go. Microphone back on. Welcome or welcome back, everyone. I see a few more people in here. Linda Arrington, welcome. Glad to have you on board. Ken in Alaska's Country also made it in. And who else? Somebody else just popped in. Barbell88, welcome, and glad to have you on board. And thank you for the welcome backs from Leo and Jack and Oz and Ken in Alaska's Country and Kevin and hi, back. Glad to be here. Well, you're more than welcome here, Linda. No worries. And it is a wonderful, loving lava family. So, all cool. Anyway, and that is all volcano that we were just looking at on the screen. And we will move on before we lose the light out there at Yellowstone National Park. It's already looking pretty gray. The sun is going down in that area. So, these shots, unfortunately, I'm going to have to try to rearrange things a little bit to better suit our timeline here to catch these while it's still light outside, hopefully. So it's bad enough the world turns, right? So not much we can do, though. Anyway, nice to be able to see that in Yellowstone. And for anyone who wants to be able to view this particular stream, you can type in Yellowstone or Jellystone, and that will bring up the actual link for this page, and you are more than welcome to go there. They've got some neat maps on there and other fine things, locations of the geysers. There are over 500 active geysers in Yellowstone National Park here in the United States. Well, there. Not here. Not here. Over there. Down there. You see where I'm pointing? South? Okay, never mind. It's down there, and we like it. Anyway, the other place that I really like has palm trees, and let's go there. And let's go to Hawaii, and that is where we're off to now. And unfortunately, I didn't get my glowing lava picture that I normally like to get. I had to get this one at 7:56 Hawaii time, but it does show our lava pond that is in the caldera for Kilauea, and that is what we've got there. And Arizona Snowman just brought up the Hawaii map page, which is a really interesting page. You guys can get these pictures off of that page. It does show you the little camera icons on there, and it's all cool. Anyway, lava comes in down at this end, and as you can see, the flow pattern here. And of course, as things get crusted over, the flow changes. And okay, Oz, thanks for gifting that one membership. And Oz gifted one. And we still haven't seen the rest of the ones from Sharon Stewart go out yet. So I'm not sure if that's going to work. You'll probably end up getting a refund on it. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully YouTube will send it out to someone, and we'll see. And for those people who are not members, oh, hey, Linda Arlington, I got one, and that is from Oz. And there you go, Linda, and that's pretty cool. You guys do have to make sure that you have your gift acceptance turned on or opt in. I'm not exactly sure where it is, but you can always do a YouTube search, watch a video on it. It'll tell you on how to turn it on your particular device. Anyway, getting back to the lava pond, we do see some glow spots here where there's fresh lava showing. And of course, that is caused by, those are drain points actually. And no, that's not a lava monster looking at you with his eyes and his smile here. Okay, that's not what that is. Anyway, that is actually where the gas bubbles are bubbling up, and they're breaking that thin crusted lava on top, and that's kind of what we're seeing there. Hard to see what's in the toe area right now because of that smoke. We'll refresh that picture to a current one, and there it is. And you can see that it is still there. A little bit of smoke still in there, but the patterns definitely have changed as far as that flow is concerned. We can see the toe area a little more, but again, still some smoke in the way. We do see the extra areas here that are bright, so we know there's lava draining out. And these ones, of course, seem to be the standard guys. Lots of cracking still happening. Not sure what's going to happen in the future, if this piece will actually break out, but we'll see. Going to this morning's picture, and that is, of course, why we like to take it at different times. This is actually because the sun is over there looking into the smoke. Hard to see anything. Primary vent is here, though, in the Kilauea's caldera, and that's what we're seeing. So pretty awesome. Kevin Haynes, okay, Kevin Haynes also gifted a membership. Got me to write that down. There we go. And gifted one, and Cookster ended up getting that. Way to go, Cookster Littlefield. Awesome. And pretty cool to see. Anyway, that is what we've got going on there right now. We do see those smoky areas up on the sides, looking pretty cool. And then, of course, up on the top, we see some of that on the back side as well. Refreshing that to a current view, and that is what it looks like now. Very, very poor visibility. We do still see some smoke rising in that area, though. And it is looks like 3 different spots really smoking up in that area. Primary vent there. Rest is pretty hard to see anything because of the shadowing and so on. Going to this side of the caldera, looking back this way, is this shot, and of course that one was from early this morning as well. You do see Pig Island out here, and of course the darker rough lava that's all around, and that looks like it's raised up, and it is actually a cool down lava that is floating on these lava slash magma that's underneath there. So very, very neat and unique situation that they've got there in that particular caldera. Primary vent again right there, looking pretty good. And I don't know if you can see that little black area there where we have the actual lava tube, the top of it being empty, and that is where the lava normally flows in. Going to refresh that one to our current picture. There it is. A little easier to see the lava pond, but still no real bacon, if you will, on these shots. So there you go. Primary vent, and that extra smoker. This thing seems to get bigger all the time. Let's see. I'm just trying to keep up to what's going on in the chat as well. Hard to see sometimes when the chat is moving fairly good. But anyway, that's the current shot there. Let's take a look at the thermal from 7:58 a.m. Primary vent in here. There's our little hornito with the lava tube that goes into the lava pond here, and our little toe area, which doesn't look like it's got that much fresh lava in it. It's looking a lot cooler as of late. So we may end up losing that altogether. It may just cool down and solidify and not drain into that area anymore. Anyway, let's refresh it, see what it's doing. There we go. Again, primary vent there. Different patterns in the flow here, of course. And again, the hornito. And you notice in these areas here, some of that is fairly light. Going all the way around, and of course what I was saying earlier, this is the cool down lava that is here. It's really floating on top of the lava slash magma that's underneath, and Pig Island, of course, right there, which was the original floating island of cooled down crusted lava that we had in there. And I don't know if that is a unique thing for just volcanoes or for this volcano in general, or if this happens in all long-standing stagnant volcanic vents like this. And I would assume it would be. I've seen pictures of Ale where it has a fairly heavy crust over it, and things are starting to lift up there as well. And I need to get some more pictures of that in the future, though. That would be cool. Anyway, that's kind of what the current one looks like. Let's have a quick peek over at Mauna Loa. That one, of course, is from yesterday. I did not refresh that. I forgot to. But this is today's picture of Mauna Loa's caldera. And like I keep saying, I hope this thing never blows, because that is one massive caldera. And if it did go, I think we would have some big time issues. And we really don't want that. So pretty nasty there. Anyway, let's have a look at the earthquakes that we've had in Hawaii, and we'll take a look and see what's going on. Hawaii, whoop, I zoomed in a little too far. There we go. Looking at our earthquakes there in Hawaii, and it looks like we may have a few bigger ones there today. Of course, that is the entirety of the Hawaiian island chain, and there you see some odd ones. This is an unusual location right off the northern shore area here, 2.4 from yesterday, 1926, and it was about a kilometer above sea level, so right on the surface up top here. Very interesting. Then we see another straggler over here, 10.5 kilometers down for this 1.8 from 1:32 a.m. Makes you wonder. And of course, here are the ones in our Pahala area. This one almost being out in front of Luihi Seamount. I don't know if it's very close. Let's take a look and see. There's Luihi. So yeah, it's still a ways away. And we'll leave it be. Put it back to this. Just a little one, no, 1.9, 21:24 was the time on it. And it is 37.2 kilometers down. Most of them in this area are between 26 and 37 kilometers in depth. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Anyway, 1.9 here as well, 17 minutes after midnight. Then we'll grab these ones here, 2.7, a little bit bigger from yesterday, 22:06, and that is only 11.3 kilometers down, so a little odd. 13.1 kilometers down for this 3.2, and that happened today at 17:40, and going on 2.2, yesterday's 23:58. This guy here on 2.1 from today at 4:51 a.m. And then we've got this guy, another 3.1, a little bit bigger than the other ones usually. And that was from 17:39, standard depth. And then we've got a 1.9, and that was 19 minutes after midnight for him. 2.1, 49 minutes after midnight. Sliding over to the northeast a little bit more. Then we have a 2.3 from yesterday at 22:02, and this guy 2.5 from 17:18 from today, and then this guy here is a 2.0 from 13:06, and that is our Pahala area as far as quakes are concerned. Let's have a quick peek up on Mauna Loa and see what these are doing. The one right in the caldera is a 1.9, came in at 4 a.m. and it was minus 1.3 kilometers or 1.3 kilometers above sea level. So well into the mountain, and somewhere underneath there it was shaken, possibly possibly some lava going in there, magma. We'll see. I don't know. I'm still on the kind of waiting for this thing to pop. Anyway, 1.8 minus 2.8 kilometers, and that is 2.8 clicks above sea level coming up into the mountain. 6:11 a.m. For that guy. Then 1.9 that happened at 12:34, and that's actually 2.8 kilometers below sea level. Frozen rain. Who's got frozen rain? You don't want frozen rain. That's not good for you. Things don't grow when you have frozen rain. And looks like our caldera area here has got a couple on the edges and a few on the outside here. So let's just grab these. 2.1 from 6:58 a.m., 1.8 kilometers below sea level for that guy. Then we have this 2.1, 4:55 a.m., 1.9 kilometers down below sea level. This one, 2.3 kilometers down below sea level. It is a 1.8 from 11:03. And then next guy is a 1.9 from yesterday at 2017, and that was right at sea level underneath our wonderful Kilauea. So that is what we've got in there. That crater, of course, has since changed a whole bunch, and the lava level is much higher than what's depicted in this older picture. And that is it for earthquakes in Hawaii. Let's zoom out a little bit, and we will see really quickly where some of the major other ones are from today. And of course, bigger ones we see, and there 4.6 just off of Panama from 1344, 10 kilometers down. We've got this 4.7 in Chile from 9:08 a.m., 10 clicks down. This one 4.4 in Argentina from 1526, and then we have a 4.2 4:53 a.m., 133 kilometers down, and that is on Chilean coast as well. This one looks like Peru, 4.6, 12:25 was the time on it, and 24.7 kilometers down. Looking at, I got your 5-minute warning, Piggy, thank you. This area out here by New Zealand and that area, we see this one, Tonga, 4.9, yesterday's at 21:56, 10 kilometers down. 5.2, a little bit bigger, and that was 3:18 a.m., 150 kilometers down for him. And then we've got this one, 4.6, also out in Tonga, and that is 1:39 a.m., 207 kilometers down for him. We do see 4.6 here, Solomon Islands, and that was from 21:35 yesterday, 65, just about 66 kilometers down for him. Luolatak is still making rumblings over here, 4.8 Banda C as they call it, and that was at 11:57, 151 kilometers down for that guy. And this one is a little closer to Timor-Leste, and that is 55 kilometers down, 5:44 a.m. For that 4.4. One near Krakatau, 4.7, and that is out in the water. 16:04 was the time on it, and it was on 21:03, and was 21.3 kilometers down. And this one here, Molucca Sea. Anyway, on 9.1, 91 kilometers down, and 12:23 was the time on that 4.6. Moving up a little bit more into the Philippines, 4.4 from 4:28 a.m., 1:06 was the depth on that one. Off the coast of Japan, and we see this one, 4.9, and that was 19 minutes after midnight, and 42.2 kilometers down. And north of Japan, there we got a 4.4 from 13:38, 144 kilometers down for him. While we're looking here, we see a 4.2 in the Aleutian Islands here, 7:48 a.m., 65 kilometers down. And then we also have another one over here, a sizable 3.9. 1521 was the time, 18 kilometers down from today. So interesting to see those going up here. 4.5. Yeah, well, never mind. Anyway, it's there. 10 a.m. 4.5 and 89 kilometers. Myanmar. There we go. And sometimes things just don't come out. South Indian Ridge, and we see a 5.0, 10 kilometers down from yesterday at 2024. And Piggy, you're going to get more quakes in your near future. I know you got some just recently, and yes, it is just about time. This one, 4.8 on the Owen fracture zone, 10 kilometers down from 19 minutes after 2 p.m. there for them. I know, Piggy, you didn't want to hear that, but there's a bunch that are happening right around where you are. And with the one here in the Owen fracture zone, that is an indicator that we've got to push northward, and that's going to push the Arabian microplate here into the Anatolian plate, and then the Anatolian plate is going to push the Aegean plate, and you're going to get rumbles. And let's check this last little one here. Morocco, 4.4, it's shaken, and 6:45 a.m. there. And of course, they listed this other one here, 4.5 from the 16th in Iceland. One I did notice up here, Norwegian Sea area, 4:19 a.m., 10 kilometers down for that 4.4. So definitely some movement happening, and it is a break time, you guys. After the break, we will come back and do weather and stuff like that. I'm going to take a look and see where we can hide you for right now here while that's going on. I mean, that looks nice, but I don't know. Is that what you want to look at, or do you want to look at lava? I'm going to leave it here, I think, and it's probably easier on the eyes. Throwing on some music for those good people who are here. If you have not yet hit that like button, we're trying to get up to over that 100 mark. That would really be awesome. So if you haven't hit it, give it a good bop there for us. Also, if you're sitting on the sidelines and you have not yet subscribed, please do consider subscribing. That would be really awesome. And on that friendly note, I am your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'm going to take a little bit of a break and be back in 5 or 6 minutes. Don't go away, you guys. And keep smiling. We've got weather and SO2 and then weather coming up. So I'll be back soon. Thanks. And the microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you on board. And of course, I'm your host, DrFox2000. And this is a VolcanoX live stream. And thank you for the welcome backs from Leo and Sue and Kevin and Dave and Yvonne. Thank you, everyone. And no, Dave, you're not in trouble yet. Oh, hang on. This isn't Dave. That's that Super Kitty. Ah, okay. Boy, that Super Kitty does really well too. Anyway, be good, Dave and Claire as well. And we'll see you guys. And anyway, let's go finish up our earthquake stuff, and then we'll get over to the other maps. Thank you, Sharon Stewart. I hear you, Dr. Fox, and thanks. I appreciate that. One quake I forgot on here. I didn't mention this one, and I don't know if that's really important. 4.5 West Indian Antarctic Ridge, and that one was from yesterday at 2013. So very interesting, 10 kilometers down for that one. But hey, let's go over and have a look at our other ones that are a little bit more interesting. La Palma, Canary Islands. We always like keeping an eye on that place because, things can happen. But I don't want to burst anybody's bubble, but that's something we do have to think about. When's the last time there was an eruption on La Palma? About 50 some years ago. Is it going to be 50 years till we see the next eruption on La Palma? That is something I always wondered. Anyway, looking at the refreshed stuff here, we do see a bunch of little shakers and quakers. And then we are, Yvonne Kunkel going to sleep too? I want to go to sleep too. Never mind. I got a show to finish. Good night, Yvonne. Take care and enjoy your snooze, and that'll be good. And okay, that's awesome. Anyway, 1.4, 1:44 a.m., 6 kilometers down for that guy. Let's actually zoom in there and move it right to the middle, and then we can see these a little bit better. And that was there, the one with the circle around it, not the star. And that is kind of in the lava flows that we had going out there, at least very close to them. And that only being 6 kilometers down, you never know what's affecting it. Maybe some weight depression on there, who knows? 2.1 here from 2136, and that was 10 kilometers down. That's a little bit further south. I don't believe that's anything major, but it is there. And of course, then we had our last one, which is right underneath a Cumbre Vieja area, and that is 1.5 in magnitude. And that happened at 22:43, and it's only 2 kilometers down, so that may very well be pipe collapse or something, and that is down there underneath the Cumbre Vieja. We really don't know because we don't have x-ray vision, but that is pretty cool. You guys can always check that out. And moving on, I was going to actually show Piggy the other quakes that were in her area, but I think she's already asleep and or trying to. Anyway, the island of Kos is right there where Piggy is. They did have this one, and that was at 8:47, a 3.1, and not too far away from the island of Kos. She would have probably felt a little bit of a rumble or shake. This one over here in Turkey, 3.2. From the 55 minutes after midnight, that probably would have done a little bit of shaking as well. Only 3 kilometers down on that guy. This other one was 124 kilometers down. And then there's one more up here, 3.1 in western Turkey, as they call it. 1544 was the time on it, 5 kilometers down. So kind of in between the triangle there. But this one, I think Piggy would have felt that. Anyway, we'll leave that be on this map. And you guys can always bring that up. It's EMEQ is the shortcut. Brings up the link for that. And that one is actually showing a few other quakes. There's that one on the Norwegian Sea area that we seen on the other map, 4.4. Then we got a 3.3 up there as well from 2:43 a.m., 10 kilometers down, and another 3.6 out there. They call it the Greenland Sea. Okay, Norwegian Sea, and over there it's the Greenland Sea. What about in the middle, a Norwegian Sea? Somebody's got to make up their minds. And up here near Svalbard, we do see a 2.8 as well, and that was 3:46 a.m., 15 kilometers down on that guy. So just so you have those, and we don't see too many others there. We do have this one here in Morocco, right on the edge of the beach, I guess. 4.4, a little bit bigger, from 12:46, and that is 10 kilometers down. They would have felt that if they're standing on the coast. Anyway, I'll leave that be. Oh, here's some other ones that we didn't look at on the other map. Of course, that is the fault in between our Eurasian plate and the African plate, and the fault line runs through here roughly, and we see a 2.8 there from yesterday at 22:49, 10 kilometers down. This is 31 kilometers down, 2.7 from 3:23 a.m. today, and this one here from yesterday as well, 20 kilometers down for this one that happened yesterday at 12:02, 2.0. So just so we include all of those, nobody misses any of them. And let's see what we can do. I'm going to refresh this map and make sure that we have it up to date. And there we go. It's popping its things out. All the advertisings, always love that, right? And there's a good idea of what we've got. And actually, I've got a question. I should have done a little post in here, but without looking, without checking, and doing a real quick shot here, what country on the planet has the most volcanoes? And go real quick. Come up with the country you think it is. Let's see it in the chat really quickly. And no country. What country? Specific country is what we're looking for. No, not Indonesia, not South America. No, not the Philippines, not Indonesia. No. You guys keep guessing. No, it's not Africa, it's not Russia. Susan, I got it right. USA, and you are absolutely correct. And that is actually very amazing, that USA actually has the most volcanoes in the world. And it is hard to believe, Cookster. It is, but not very many active ones, but they do have most of the volcanoes in the world, and they are ranked up at I think it is a 162 is what it is, and that is pretty cool. And I know Canada ranked as number 13, and we've got like 27 or something. 26 or 22, I can't remember offhand, but I do know that it is the USA with 162 volcanoes is the one that's got most of them. And when we do this, we turn on the non-active ones. Let's let's make it a hybrid. There we go. Then you can see where most of the green ones are. And a lot of them are here on the Aleutian Islands, and that is what is really, really baffling. And a lot of people don't realize how many there are in the Aleutian Islands. And of course, the main area. There's also volcanoes that we don't know much about out there in the Pacific and the Atlantic. And of course, we need the submarine to go check them out. Here's one that is unnamed. So if you want to go take the submarine down and claim it, you can go name that one, and that would really, really be cool. Yep, and that sounds right, Dr. Fox, for Canada, and excellent. Yep, head out in your submarine, and that'll be pretty cool. A cool name, it as Brent. What? Cool name, name it as Brent? No, we don't want Brent as a volcano. We're going to call it something interesting, like, let's see, what can we call it? Maybe that's what we should do, is have a poll on naming the no-name volcanoes. I think that'd be funny. But it is interesting, and that fact that it is the U.S., you know, it is really interesting to see that they've got so many volcanoes. Fox 1, little Leo, now you're talking. And that would be cool. Anyway, let's put it back to the normal view here. And of course, we know we've got our two up there in Iceland. We've got two in the Azores. Michael volcano down here, and the South Sandwich Islands still doing its thing. If we zoom in a little bit, you do see the ones in the ring of fire that are active, and we're not seeing anything from Fernandina out here in the Galapagos. It's still fairly quiet. The other ones that are normally active are still there. Are we missing one here? No, we've got Pavlov. Oh, they took Trident off. Trident volcano is no longer on here, so it must have calmed down. Pavlov, then of course Cleveland, Great Sitkins and Semi, and Davidoff, I remember, was right here. It's also gone. We also lost, no, we didn't lose it. It is still there. I thought Alade was gone, but I see it there now. And looks like Karinsky back to an orange from a red, so calmed down a little bit there. Still seeing, of course, Sakurajima and Suwanoshijima in the Japanese area there, and then of course Nishimoshima volcano still in orange out there. Going down into the Philippines, tall volcano definitely there. Mian and the Bulusan still working away. Ibu and Dakono still happy. Campers erupting and spewing out all kinds of stuff. Quick peek over here, New Zealand, Taupo and White Isle volcano still visible. And Tofua and Home Reef volcano. I'm still wondering about the Home Reef volcano. I've been searching for updates on that. Maybe somebody can take a peek, and if you find anything, let me know. The other ones in Vanuatu are still normal, and that is pretty cool. Oh, while we're at it, Leo, you've been holding out on us. Leo, you have a volcano very close to you. And you've been holding out on us and not letting us know that you have a volcano. And I'm ashamed of you. And I thought, you know, Leo's just zips out there down the highways here. And he goes right there. And it's, he gave it a really funny name. He called it Newer Volcanics Province Volcano. And I didn't realize there's a newer volcanics province there. But there is one, and that's not far away from Leo's house. So, Leo, you've been holding out. I know it. and there it is there. So I didn't know that. Guess Leo's gonna go for a drive on the weekend, eh? Let's zoom in on that a little bit and see if there's actually anything visible there. And I don't know if you can even see it. And I'm wondering if they even have it in the right spot. This looks more like a volcano here than over here. But you never know. Maybe do some research into that, Leo, and find out. I know of some extinct volcanoes near Brisbane, and yeah, we did have some of those on the map as well, the older ones. But I don't know about. I don't think they even show those. Yeah, there's right there is an old one, Bandenberg Boyne provincial volcano or province volcano. And that's one of the older ones there. I don't know if we have any more that we can see on here, but that is the only old one there extinct that we see right now. And then here's the other ones up in Queensland area. There's a whole bunch of them along that little ridge. But this one surprised me when I seen it myself, and I thought, darn it, that Leo's holding out on us. So. And that would be very, very interesting to find out what's going on there. Anyway, let's put it back to normal here and watch what we've got for the other ones. Everything else is really the same for the most part. Our Erebus still down here in Antarctica, still active doing its thing. Hurt Island volcano hasn't done anything as of late. Still a yellow though, and of course still seeing a red here on Piton de la Fournaise volcano on Reunion Island. So pretty cool. And then everybody else is pretty normal yet. Urta Ale still there, and then of course Mount Etna and Volcano and Stromboli. Etna needs to be a different color. I want red. Okay, never mind. And then, of course, looking here, Grimsvatn and Asja. That's another one I want. I want to see Frager del Fjall on the map too. Or Katla. I prefer Frager del Fjall, though that would be really cool. All right. And that is interesting. So, these are things that we need to figure out. Oz Geographics channel did a video on the volcano. Oh, okay, that is pretty cool, Sue. Gold mines there in Australia. Yep, there's lots of them. Lots of gold. Those guys are rich. They just don't want to tell us. There's gold laying everywhere. And Leo probably goes to work with a metal detector going out and getting gold chunks and bringing them home. And that's actually what that SO2 is. And speaking of that, we better get over to the SO2 map real quick. And that's not the SO2 map, that's the weather map. Let's get to the SO2 map. That's probably what's going on with Leo there. And he's smelting gold, and he's not letting us know that that's what's happening out there. And pretty cool, eh? Okay. White Isle volcano still continuing to off gas. Of course, this is from the coking plants, and that is from the refineries there near Melbourne. And looking at that little plume coming out of Tofua. Everything else down here looks pretty normal. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it today. I know those guys are very, very normal as far as what we're seeing. And of course, we see a lot of stuff coming out of China as well. Bad people pollution. And then we have Suwanoshijima and Sakurajima in Japan doing their thing. We see the plumes coming off of would be Chikarachi and Ibiko, as well as Alade out here. Alade probably not so much. It's a little quiet. Then we got Karimsky and Bezimiani and Shivlish up making this nice plume. And that is about what we see there. Sliding over. We see that's pretty normal down here in South Africa, Central Africa, and DR Congo. A couple volcanoes there. Eruption would be somewhere in here, right about there, and still continuing to off gas. These, of course, are from the oil refineries in those countries, and we won't go there. And of course, we see Mount Etna is throwing off a little bit more SO2 today. Not quite as much as Stromboli, but Stromboli is a lot less, I mean. And Volcano, you can barely tell it's doing anything. But I didn't expect so much coming out of Etna, considering its activity level is down. And we are also seeing they must have the aluminum smelter going great guns today, and that's what we see there. It is time for the break, so what we will do is we'll hit that weather map after the break, you guys, and we'll have a look at that. In the meantime, I will put you back on some canned lava for the interim while I take that break, let my throat rest a little bit, and we'll go from there. So lava activated, there we go, and at least I thought I activated it. There we go, it's cooking now. All right, be good, be kind, and don't go away yet. For those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button, by all means help us out. We're trying to get over that 100 mark. That would really, really be awesome. And also, if you are not subscribed yet, please do consider subscribing. And on that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Don't go away, guys. Thank you very much. And that microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you on board. I see a few people popped in. Grenzed, welcome and good morning to you. Trek15 also popped in. Good to have you back. And don't forget to hit the like button, you guys, if you haven't done that. And thanks for the welcome back from Oz and Sue and Leo and Kevin Haynes, and thank you, all of you. Let's get over to our weather map because that's what's next on our agenda. So let's have a quick peek at that. And thanks, Kananaskis Country. And we will get over to the weather map. There we go. And that is reloaded and current, showing at 8 p.m. or thereabouts. Anyway, looking at North America, we see this massive cold area up top here. And wow, look at the cold temperatures out there in Greenland, minus 44 degrees Celsius. And that's not so green, that looks awful white to me. Anyway, moving down, we see the big push downward here has stopped. Which is really nice for the good people in the U.S., but looking at Alaska, pretty much normal for this time of year, same thing as our northern territories here in Canada, and looking at British Columbia, they've got some very cold temps as well, starting to get a little bit on the cool side. Higher elevations, of course, a lot colder. They are predicting snow here in Edmonton for Sunday, and hopefully it won't be too bad. But we do see that the prairie provinces are just barely above freezing, getting up in the northern portions of Saskatchewan and Manitoba, definitely below freezing. And it looks like Winnipeg area was the warm place today for the prairies anyway. Ontario looked like it warmed up a whole bunch, and we are seeing down on the bottom end here near Toronto coming in at 12 degrees, not bad. Montreal about 8 today, sliding out a little bit further, and looking at of course our Nova Scotia here, ranging from, depending on where you are, from about 7 to about 10 degrees and 12 in a couple of spots in the water, so not too bad, and that is pretty good. Cold in Greenland, getting closer to Antarctic cold, yes it is. And looking at New Brunswick, about the same. And then we get over here on Newfoundland, coastal areas are looking a little bit warmer, but the interior definitely colder. Same thing with Labrador area up in here, definitely holding its cold temps, and we see that coming in a little bit further down into the U.S. on the western side, with that cold air starting to infiltrate through Washington and Idaho, a good portion of Idaho, as well as into Montana, and of course Yellowstone being right in this area. So they've got some mixed weather because of it being up at a little higher elevation, sliding down. Looking, California is not anywhere near as warm as it used to be. Death Valley probably coming in at a very balmy temperature, about 29 degrees today. And there you got it, Sue, thank you. And 29 degrees, but it's a dry heat, 14% relative humidity. And at least it's not 40 something. Mexicali coming in at 28, looking at Phoenix about 25, 26 degrees. And that is kind of what we've got there. Tucson, about the same temperature. Northern portions of Arizona, though, higher elevations and stuff are a little bit on the cooler side. You do still have some warmth there. Same thing goes for New Mexico. Texas, not a bad fall day at all. Really quite comfortable, and going all the way into Oklahoma. and up to Kansas as well. So a pretty nice day for those people. Some of these areas here, Arkansas still holding some good temps. Louisiana and Mississippi also. A little cooler still in Alabama and at Georgia, top end of Florida, fairly cool yet. Bottom end though is starting to get some heat back, and that is because of this circulation here drawing in some of that warmer air again. Sliding up, Grandma B is going to have about 10 degrees Celsius or 50 Fahrenheit roughly, and we see the Appalachians quite cool. Looking at Richmond, Virginia coming in at about 9, Baltimore 9, Philadelphia 10, New York 10, Boston about 11 or 12 in that area, and of course they're showing Halifax at 10 as well. So pretty cool, and there you go. And warmth, of course, is here on the inner side of the Baja and the Gulf of California, or whatever they call it there. We do see Roslyn still churning around here, and not sure if that's bringing all that bad weather. We do have the opposite flow here, so this would be a low, that'd be a high, and wherever the two shall meet is going to be rain. So Acapulco probably seeing some rain right now. Cancun, a lot cooler than what it's been, only 25, 26 degrees, and that is what we've got there. Sliding into South America, we see the Amazon area, which includes Venezuela and Colombia and all of those other countries like Peru and Bolivia and so on. They are all not doing too bad. Some good temperatures, 30 plus in some places yet there for nighttime, and that is pretty awesome. Looks like the cutoff point is about Buenos Aires, so we are still seeing some warmer temps there in Uruguay, Paraguay, a lot warmer, but this southern portion here of Brazil, yeah, about the same as Uruguay, a little bit cooler maybe, but down on the bottom end, I don't know if it's because these two highs are working together to rub in that cold Antarctic air before summertime hits. Looking at this high sitting on top of New Zealand, and that is keeping sunshine and warm temps for those guys, which is really nice. South Island showing from 13 to about 16 degrees, depending on where you are. North Island going all the way up on the peninsula, about 17 up there and 13 up on the other side. So really not that bad of a day there, but could be a little warmer. Looking at Tasmania, I see 15, 16, down to about 13, depending on where you are on the island. And of course Leo's place, and Leo brought it up there, 14 degrees Celsius. This map says 16, so oh, hang on, he didn't bring that one up. He brought Tapao up. There we go, 17, and that makes more sense. Yeah, the what was it, the 14 degrees is here, and in the little lake there, and that's what we're seeing. We do see a lot of heat building up in Australia, so they still had a bunch of rain in here. We'll see what happens if that rain is still there. Adelaide coming in about 19, Perth about 17 right now, Sydney 21, home of Oz about 21 degrees Celsius, and that's what we're seeing there. So pretty nice, and wow, 41 degrees, and that is looking pretty toasty there. I want to get a quick peek. We do see that low there, and that may be bringing some moisture in with it. I don't know how much rain you're getting there at Oz, but I hope it's not too much. And of course, looking out in this area, we are seeing Fiji coming in 26, 27 degrees, and probably about the same with a lot of those island nations there. And looking at the Indonesian, Philippine, and Malaysian areas, about the same as usual, and that is 28 degrees Celsius in Bangkok. 27 is what Sue brought up. So yeah, right in that ballpark. There is that 92B churning away over here, and it's probably creating some nasty rain for those guys. Sliding up a little bit more. Pardon me. And we see that we have bottom end of Japan, depending on where you are. 24 for a high or there right now, but halfway through it starts to get below the 20-degree mark. And they're actually not bad for today, considering how cold it was yesterday. Even the Sea of Japan here looks like it warmed up. Getting up into the Kamchatka Peninsula, though, very cold. I don't want to go there. And yeah, this cold area here. Himalayas, very, very cold. India still doing what it needs to. Normal temperatures. Looking at the bottom end of South Africa, little on the cooler side today, still about 14, 15 degrees there in Cape Town, and pretty normal looking though for this time of year, and that goes for all of Africa, and a little less heat in the Sahara Desert, but that's all right. And looking at Saudi Arabia, definitely cooling down a bit more. Oman down to 24, down to about 21, 20 degrees in some spots. UAE coming in about 25, and Iraq 24 in the south, 17 up in the northern ends, and variable stuff there in Iran. And of course, we'll zoom in here. I don't want that. I want to zoom in, and there's Piggy's Island, Kos, and Leo's bringing that up, 17 degrees Celsius, so a little bit on the cool side. Definitely see a lot cooler in Turkey, and I'm wondering if that's going to be a norm. You know, Turkey, I never remembered Turkey being so cold. And you know, the last few years they've got some real nasty snow and things like that, and I'm kind of really surprised at that. Anyway, looking at Sicily coastline, very, very nice. Upper elevations, again, cooling off very quickly. Same thing goes for pretty much all of Italy. I'm surprised that Milano is still 15 degrees, and that is probably welcome for those guys. New Monkland doing quite nice. That looks actually very, very nice there. Coastal areas 21, 22 degrees depending on where you're going, and the coldest tempers about 15 degrees Celsius. So not bad. Same thing goes with this buddy up top here. A little cooler in Spain up in the northern ends. Bottom looks not bad though. Right now looks like a bunch of Gulf Stream air is pouring into Portugal, keeping things a little bit warmer there as well. And that same Gulf Stream air possibly pushing into some of France, and we see that. A quick peek at Germany, Munich at 13 degrees, and Köln 11, or Cologne as they call it. 13, not 11, and that is what we got there. Berlin, ich bin nicht ein Berliner, yeah? Anyway, 13 degrees there. Hamburg coming in at 13 as well, so that's not bad. Amsterdam about 14 degrees. They've got some of that Gulf Stream air, and all of England I think is basking from it as well. So that is pretty awesome. We see that low here. That's probably still bringing in a ton of rain though for them. The only colder area, of course, is up here in Scotland. There we go. Denmark not looking bad at all. And then, of course, Finland, Sweden, and Norway, pretty normal for this time of year. Cold, and that is what we've got. Looking at Iceland real quick, not enough of that warm air getting up there, and that all these lows are causing the stream not to blow that direction, and that is unfortunate because they are sitting at Reykjavik -1 degree. Boy, is that for real? Let's just check that WR. There we go, and we'll see. But yeah, our Ragnar would be around 0 or 1 degree if you're out there, plus the wind. Yep, that's exactly what it is, 0 in Reykjavik, and wow. And down here, that's where Yona is from, and she's got 0 as well. So that is kind of it for temperatures for right now. Let's take a look at the precipitation real quick, and we're going to do it very quickly because I don't want to look at this. There's a little white dots everywhere on this map, so we don't like it. Go away, white dots. Northern portions, Alaska, and the Northwest Territories, and Northern Territories here, definitely snow throughout a lot of those areas. Even northern Alberta is seeing some of that snow, and ice rain in a few spots. British Columbia definitely getting some snow as well, up in the north as well as down here in the south. So very, very cool there, and that is not so good. And like I said, we're supposed to get snow on Sunday here in Edmonton, sliding out a little bit more. It looks a little clearer in most of Saskatchewan. There's that stuff down in Winnipeg where they're getting rain right now with that warmer temperature in there. So that's what's happening. Ontario, northern portions, some moisture there. Not seeing anything down in the lower portions, which is probably good for them. And Montreal, same thing. And looking at New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, PEI, and even over here in Newfoundland, they aren't getting much. Even Labrador, for the most part, with the exception of the top tip here, is getting pretty good dry weather. And looking at what is coming in here right at Portland, and that is kind of an infiltration of water. So that is definitely going all the way in through Idaho into Montana, and they are getting that rain coming through now. So that is fall for that area. They get that. Looking at the southwestern United States, very dry. Actually, the most of the U.S. is fairly dry right now. Couple little spots down here along Florida, but not bad for the most part. So really quite dry. Getting down past Mexico here, we see Roslyn, and that, of course, is going to be affecting most of that area in here, drawing in those clouds and causing rain for those guys on the coast. Looking at Central America, we see this system still churning here, so I don't know if that's going to actually turn into some kind of storm, or if because it's sitting so close to the land that it may just die out there. But not looking so good right now for them if you want to go for a holiday. Amazon, we do see some rain there in Brazil, going into Bolivia, and just a little bit into Peru as well. Nothing major though. Still off the coast here, Rio de Janeiro, and dry right now, but looks like they're probably going to get some more rain. And here's that system just edging onto Buenos Aires down in Argentina. So pretty awesome. Down on the bottom end here, though, if we see this horrible ridge line and some cold stuff. So still chilly in Chile with some rain. And there's that high, and it is keeping everything dry in New Zealand, and the warmer temperatures come with a price here in Tasmania. And Leo, is it raining at your house? I'm wondering if you got rain. Looking at the eastern portion of Australia, we see that infiltrating. You are getting rain. Okay, so that's coming all the way in, and that low, and I think there's a high in here somewhere. This guy, that is bringing up that colder air, and that is of course what's creating that ridge line, and that low is turning the other way around, bringing in the moist air. So moist air with cold air makes rain. And then of course we got another low there, but the northern areas here are very, very dry right now, and very hot. Perth, and not seeing any rain. And then of course looking in our, again, Indonesian, Philippine, Malaysian areas, we are seeing a lot of clouds and storms. All kinds of variable stuff. Actually looks kind of dry there in Java, which is probably good, but over here in Papua New Guinea, they're getting lots, and then these other areas as well, lots and lots of rain coming down. Not good for them. Wow, I guess it's the rainy season. And looking at what we've got going on, Taiwan, and getting a little bit there as well. Not too much in Japan, just a few spots. Looks like Sea of Japan is fairly clear, but down south here, they're seeing a little bit. We've got another circulation low, actually a double low right in here, that could create another storm. Looking at the Kamchatka Peninsula, snow for a good portion of it, and here's the other low that was bugging them before. So we've got a whole bunch of lows in here. This is definitely giving the Aleutian Islands some headaches, and again a 92B bringing some nasty weather, and that would be going into Thailand and I guess Burma, those areas, or hang on, Burma is up here. I can't remember all the geology there, or geography, sorry. Seeing a little bit of rain down on the bottom end of South Africa. They probably won't mind that. And of course our Congo area and those areas in Central Africa, definitely getting some water. Looking into Turkey, eastern end of Turkey, and getting some moisture. It doesn't look like it's going to rain for Piggy for a little while. Everything looks clear around there. Same thing with the down in Sicily and Sardinia, and then up here at Milano, where it's so nice and warm, they are getting some rain, and some rain in Spain. Rain in Spain rhymes. Yeah. Anyway, we see that a low sitting out here, and it's going to move in a little bit more. It's going to end up going upward. That other low that we see, it is right there, still on the coast of Ireland. So Irish Monk is having to put rubber boots on his crutches there. Hopefully his leg is getting better. Anyway, looking at Germany, bottom half looks like is all getting rain. Poland, northeastern half is getting rain. So bottom end of Sweden also got some showers, fog in a lot of the other areas, and then along the Norwegian coast in the north, yucky weather all the way through. And looking at northern Russia there, yeah, niet. We don't like that. Anyway, looking at Iceland, looks like fog in some places and no rain, but very cold temperatures. And then, of course, we're looking at Greenland, very, very nasty as far as the snow. And I'm going up here through the Davis Strait, and we see that low there, and that, of course, is drawing up some of that warmer air, trying to mix things up and get the warm and cold together, and then that is feeding this stuff here, and trying to make lots of snow for those people. And let's pop back over to temperatures, and we'll go find our coldest temperature on the planet real quick, and see what we can find. Hang on, I got minus 62 already, 63. I will find something colder, though. I'm sure there's got to be some colder temps in here. Minus 63 is not very cold. Wow, if you're human, it's quite cold, but there's got to be colder stuff. Where is it? Here's that high, maybe on the high, no. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Minus 62 there. I had minus 63 over here somewhere. Where'd you go? Yeah, minus 63. If we zoom in, do we find anything else a little bit colder? And no, I don't see anything that is colder than minus 63 right now. So, and Sue found a coldest temp at minus 65. All right, Sue is getting the gold, or is that the cold? And I'm 2 degrees warmer, and yep, Sue beat me hands down by 2 degrees. Please remember to bundle up your penguins before you send them out to go play in that cold stuff, especially in the colder areas and where we have the minus 60 degree temperatures. Although in some places it's actually not so bad, and when you get out on the edges here, minus 11, that's not bad. They got a high sitting here, only about minus 18, minus 15 there. So whoa, did I see that right? It said 6 degrees and 8 minus 8 degrees there. So they do have some warm places, and not very warm though. Anyway, we'll leave that be, and that is it for today, you guys. So thank you very much for all of your participation, and I really do appreciate it. And we'll run through this. Colin threw the only super chat in today of £5, and thank you very much, Colin. And Oz gifted 2 one gift memberships. Sharon Stewart gifted 10 memberships, and that was really awesome. And Kevin Haynes also gifted 1 membership as well. So thank you kindly for those guys. Don't you just love penguin weather? Brr. You know, penguins are cute, but I think it'd be nice if we could have them in warmer climates. Although they'd be perfectly happy here, I think, for the most part during the winter, except for we need to feed them a lot of fresh fish from somewhere. So that'll be interesting. Anyway, on those friendly notes, that is it for today's show. It is Friday, of course. Tomorrow is Saturday. And please remember, everyone, the show starts 3 hours earlier on the weekends. So don't forget that, and don't be late. And if there's anyone who has not yet hit that like button, please help us out. We're trying to get to that 100 mark, or get it over 100 before YouTube analytics really takes over. And thank you, Sue and Leo and all of those. I've lived through a few big cyclones up there. Don't like cyclones. Sounds like a vacuum cleaner. And you're welcome, Leo. And anyway, a big thank you to all of our moderators as well: Arizona Snowman, Piggy, C&D Boy, Joseph Fields, as well as some of the other ones in the background, which would be Gary 24/7. He's at 24/7 Live. He's at Skies, and also possibly Lucas Snow and a few others in the background. So thank you, moderators. You guys are awesome, and thank you for helping out. And on those friendly notes, I want to say good night to everyone. So please, please be good, be kind, and take care of yourselves. Remember, the show starts early tomorrow, and on that friendly note, I'm going to throw my famous line in here. Please, tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Take care, everyone, and all the best to you. And oink, oink. And by the way, there's a bunny there eating. I'm not sure which one it is yet. I'll try to zoom in on him and see which bunny that is. I think it might be Limpy. Yep, it is Limpy. So I will say hi to Limpy, and you guys be good, and we'll see everyone tomorrow, and have yourselves a wonderful night. Oink, oink.